Hey besties and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be doing a review on the comebacks in September. Please remember that these are just my opinions. Now, let's get started with the video. First off, I love how we're actually getting frequent and normal paced comebacks. Like it's not an overload, but they're also giving us comebacks when needed. I don't know what it is, but something about a song matching the exact vibe of the title just feels so right, and this song definitely has it with the 8-bit inspired sound mixed with some dance electronic that feels very fitting with the title. The best way I can explain it is this song sounding like a brand new pink flip phone from the 2000s in a good way. It's catchy right off the bat and escalates in a really nice pace that builds up to the chorus. The chorus feels so addictive and fun with an even better post-chorus. I honestly love how the song just keeps progressing and gives us something new and interesting while still keeping within the same pace of the song. Also, something about Jihyo in this era is absolutely devouring. Like, don't get wrong, I love all the girlies here and she's been eating even more Luzimbo. But this is truly her era, like she's literally glowing and I love it. Anyways, I think the album is great as well, with songs like Cotton Candy, Hocus Pocus, and Confessions being some of my favorites. Overall, this is an amazing comeback with a sound that fits them really well, and I just love how they're growing more into themselves with each comeback. So I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10. I was really curious to see how his new comeback would sound with being in a new company for his solos, but this is actually pretty different yet on brand for him at the same time. First off, I absolutely love the vampire concept since it's pretty much spooky month, and it's just cool to see him experiment with different types of themes. I love how the song is just so groovy with some simplicity to it while also being really catchy and not repetitive. I think it's really interesting how this song is almost like a blend of his previous upbeat and slower comebacks. Like, even though it sounds nothing like Candy Are You in Village, it still has a mix of those two vibes. The song just has a really great pace as it gets you more interested and into it as it progresses, even though it doesn't do anything crazy. As for the album, it's amazing as usual, with some of my favorites being Rendezvous, Woo, and Good Morning. This is honestly such an amazing comeback, and I love how he gave us something new and captivating yet still fitting with his sound, so I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10.
Girls, we gon' shake some. We don't run, we don't chase some. Turn it up, hear that bass drum.
Hearing that a girl group was gonna debut in the Black label, I kinda already had an idea of what they would sound like. I was hoping this group would give us something different and unique to them to show us what type of style they'd have. But as of right now, it just feels like a typical YG song. The song itself isn't really bad or anything. I actually think the post-chorus is pretty catchy and fun, but there's nothing really interesting in the song besides that part. I think it's fine if they wanted to go for a more minimalistic vibe, since not everything needs to be chaotic or maximalist, but it just feels empty and like something's missing instead. I can tell that they're really talented with their vocals, but I feel like with this being their debut, it would have been a perfect opportunity to showcase their vocals more instead of just trying to give them something typical for the Teddy production style. I could be wrong, but I think they're hesitant to give something really different or unusual for the Black label and just decide to play it safe. I hope they get to show their talents more in the future, because although it's kinda catchy, it doesn't feel captivating enough, so I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Honestly, I didn't really expect Chewie to have her solo so soon or even at all. Like, I just thought that she would be in a subunit like the Japanese unit. Regardless, I'm happy for her that she gets to have her own solo. When imaging her solo, I always felt like something with a city pop or retro sound would fit her well, and this debut is kinda in that category. but not what I expected. In the best way I can express it, this feels like a typical retro dance sound that JYP would release. Although I love the retro and 80s dance sound, there's usually something special or a unique quality in those songs, but this one just feels very bland and falls flat. Even in the chorus, I feel like the chorus that feel more grand and glamorous, but it's more watered down. I think it's an alright song, but there's nothing more to it. I know a lot of people say that she doesn't have that solo quality I can see since her stage presence still needs improvement, but I think the biggest thing is that they should have gave her a song with more power or some type of special element. I do love the concept as it's literally perfect for her, and as for the album, my favorite songs are Lazy Baby and Losing Sleep. I think it's overall a pretty good debut, but I just wish this would have showed her abilities even more, so I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Don't hit that gun. Oh yeah.
When I first heard that Yeonjun was getting his solo debut, I was pretty excited since he's extremely talented and he just has that star quality that's fitting to be a soloist. So I was really looking forward to see what he would do. With the way it started off, I was a bit hesitant because I didn't like how that little voice effect kept going, but I thought that maybe it would build up to something a bit more. I like the beat of the chorus and how it's kinda goofy, but it's pretty empty, which I feel like didn't make the song any better. I feel like besides the beat, there's nothing of this song that makes me wanna go back and listen to it because the pre-chorus is insanely short. You can barely even hear his actual singing or rapping voice because it's distorted majority of the time, and it basically just repeats itself throughout the song. When I thought of his solo, I'd always imagine it as something that really makes his talents and abilities shine even more, with a song that's a little different and unique, but still has enough substance to make the song captivating. I think the main problem with this is how it's his solo debut, yet it doesn't give what a solo is supposed to, which is substance and showing the artist's skills in some way. However, I do wanna say that the whole quote-unquote controversy with his thrusting dance move is actually so stupid and makes no sense, since so many other male and female idols have done it in the past. Like, yeah, it's a bit cringe and unnecessary, but not deserving of any hate. It's unfair that girl groups have gotten their similar moves banned when his is allowed, but the way y'all are fixating all your emotions to him is just weird. Anyways, I feel like this solo was pretty disappointing in terms of the song, just because I feel like there could have been some B-sides to weigh at the title, and I just wish it would have showed his vocal abilities more, so I'm gonna give it a 5.5 out of 10. First of all, I just wanna say that I love the promotions or teasers with how creative and interesting it is. Like, at that point I didn't even care if I liked the song or not, because the creativity is amazing. Honestly, I'm so glad that he's continuing with this futuristic and house-inspired sound, because not only does it fit him perfectly, but he does it in a way that feels different and adds something rather than it just being empty house music. Like, this song doesn't have any major changes or switch-ups, but it feels so full and lively. Like, this song makes me feel like it's the 90s and I'm in a club. I love the concept as well, with a robotic yet quirky and silly theme, because it adds onto the song even more and just feels so him. I think what makes this song even better is how it all ties up together in the final chorus by adding those amazing high notes and fuller instrumental, so it doesn't end too abruptly. As for the album, some of my favorites are Overthink and Golden. I think it's so cool how even though he's been doing a similar sound for a while, it still feels refreshing, and I love how fun and groovy it is, so I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. And that's the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like and subscribe if you'd want, and have a good day. Bye besties.